What's up, dosers? My name is Blaze McEntee. I'm the junior high pastor here at our San Marcos Escondido campus, and I got today's daily dose. Let me encourage you real quick before we get started. The fact that you tuned into this daily dose today is an act of intentionality on your part with your time. It really is, and we honestly need these moments to be intentional about our days and about our purpose. No matter how small of a time that we give to that, it is crucial that we have these check-ins and keep coming back to the heart of God and what he calls us to. Because the truth of it is, God's heart is like this, and our heart has a propensity to stray and wander. And this is a daily thing, right? And we need to take our will and align it to God's will. And these check-ins do so. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9 tells us that the heart is deceitful above all things, and it's beyond cure. Who can understand it? Well, that's not what I grew up learning, right? Disney told me follow my heart, and God's word says, nuh-uh, don't trust that boy. He's deceitful. That is tough to swallow, but it's true. We have this propensity to wander and to stray. And God's word says we need a heart alignment. I recently taught my junior high students about what an alignment is, a tire alignment, because none of them are driving yet. Some of them have siblings that are driving them, and they're a little bit scared for their life right now. But one day they're going to be driving, and they're going to hit a pothole in the road, and then they're going to be trying to parallel park, and they're going to hit the curb, and they're going to spill their coffee because they'll be drinking coffee then. And their tires over time are going to get a little wonky. And I told them, hey, a tire alignment puts that thing on a machine and it aligns those wheels to the manufacturer's specifications just to how they should be. And your heart and my heart is a lot like those wonky tires, man. But we don't need 15,000-mile services. We need daily service. We need to constantly be bringing ourselves back to the heart of God. And so I'm glad that you are here. And so in the next 3 minutes, how can I encourage you? Well, let's go to God's word. It says this in Psalm chapter 90, verse 12. This is a prayer of Moses. He says, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. That sounds like a heart alignment. Teach us to number our days so that we can have a heart of wisdom. Well, what does that mean, number our days, right? How can you number your days when tomorrow isn't promised? That's like saying, hey, count how many base hits Tatis is going to get in the next season. Like, I can't do that. I don't know how many he's going to get. I hope it's a lot, right? How can you number your days when you don't know how many days you're going to be given? Well, I think that's the point of this passage, right? Until we can actually slow down and realize that tomorrow's not guaranteed, it would allow us to have a heart of wisdom and realize that we need to be intentional with the time that we do have, because every day is a gift, and only then can we be good stewards of that gift that we have been given. If I was a college professor and I told one of my students, hey, don't sweat it. Last day of school, you'll have an exam. That's the only exam I'm going to give you, okay? You're good. And I told another student, hey, you need to be ready any day for me to give you an exam. I would bet you that they would go about their days very differently. One of them would be way more intentional about their studies, while the other one would probably put things off until later. And the same is true about you and I in the way that we handle our days. Are we intentional with them? Or are we taking every day for granted? Man, we're good at distracting ourselves, aren't we? Some call it busyness, and I think busyness sometimes is a part of it. We fill our calendars with all kinds of things. We distract ourselves with all kinds of things, and we constantly need to be put back into a place where we are just sitting with Jesus and realigning our will and our hearts to his. We may even give a noble excuse to our busyness, right? Man, I'm just juggling a lot right now. I'm really trying to be intentional with the time with my children. I'm trying to be intentional with the time I give to my spouse. I'm trying to be intentional to work extra hard at work so that I can provide for my family. Those are amazing things. Not everybody even does those things. But my question and my challenge to you is, are you doing those things out of a heart that is going on your own strength, or is it one that is allowing God to lead you in every area that is in your life? We can do nothing without Jesus. He tells us that straight up. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Are we allowing him to lead us in every moment of our life? Because if it's all our efforts and it's all our strivings, we can do nothing. Here's my challenge to you guys today. As soon as this daily dose is over, don't run back into your Spotify playlist. Don't jump out of the car just yet. Let me challenge you to just sit with God for 2 minutes and take that moment to realign your will to God's will, your heart to God's heart, and ask Him to help you lead with intention in the way that you live your days. We'll see you next time.